Live. You want to say hi? Come over here and say hi to everybody. Come over and say hi.
I've got things to do.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, get out of here and go. No, they come out. We've been moving people, moving a bunch of stuff out into the container and furniture and shit like that. This orange container is Pam's container, and it's got all her valuables in it. All her millions and millions of dollars in gold bullion and all that kind of stuff is in there.
There's only 14 or 16 people watching this.
So far, yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. There's only 16 people.
Sorry. They haven't woke up yet.
But you got to run into town, right? Do some finances.
You gotta run into town. Turn it that way. You got
Buzz. Turn it this way.
turn it that way. Get out of the way. Give it to me.
You're holding it.
Hey, I'll throw it in a cow pit.
Yeah, I know you will. See how she takes care of my stuff. Are you gonna?
And we're gonna.
You're not gonna stick around for the live stream?
No, I got to go to the bank. I got to go to Lowe's.
You gotta go to Lowe's.
What'd you get for?
To scare you. Look, listen. We're gonna look. This is my video today.
He's taking over the video. Here you go. Hey, here. Take the camera.
No, it has to be.
Take the camera and
This-
you give everybody the tour.
Look. Can I show them the bus or is it not
Yes.
shown yet? Oh.
Yes, that's
Look,
one
y'all.
of the things for the video.
Look at all the work that Stan did. Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Turn this down. Well, now
then-
you're not in the shot. You're over there.
Oh, come here. It's too big.
Tell you what, I'll turn this around and I will film you. You be the presenter today.
Okay.
You got something with horns, don't you?
And then he just made this thing.
I got the camera.
He just made this thing. He just slid it on in there. These things, he hasn't fixed them yet. Did you make this?
No, I bought that years ago.
It matches.
Yep.
What is this supposed to be for? Like pans and stuff?
Yep.
Perfect.
Cutting boards and stuff like that.
Perfect. We're going to have a white farmhouse sink here.
It's back here on the bed.
Yeah, right here.
Don't
Oh,
break it.
wow, it's really heavy. Never mind.
Yeah.
Then this is like the garage. And the
Bath-
toilet.
Bathroom.
Where's your garage?
Well, you're standing what's left of it. Yeah. I wanted a garage for garden hoses and junk like that.
How many people are watching?
4 million.
No, they're not.
4 million. You're a very popular man.
What are they saying in the comments?
You're a very popular man.
Granny, this is your job.
Ooh, that's sexist.
What do you mean?
He grabs a broom and says, Granny, this is your job.
No, that's Stan's job. It's a thing called a vacuum cleaner.
So,
You don't have no plugins for that in here.
Yes, he does.
You don't.
Behind you,
are you gonna introduce yourself? People
Oh,
wanna
my
know.
name's Charlie. Nice to meet y'all.
Junior.
Junior, whatever. They should know me by
And
now.
who? No, they saw you when you were about that tall. You're twice as big now.
That's their fault. I was at the...
There you go. Push that in and pull the door open.
Oh, wow.
It's childproof.
No, it's
What's
not.
that say to you? What's that tell you?
I'm dumb.
It's childproof.
You... What's this?
That, well, maybe a microwave. I don't know.
Granny needs that.
Storage.
Or she's going to
Place
end
where
up
we'll-
bringing her air fryer up
Place
in
where we can put the bread or something
Granny,
like
get
that.
out. Oh, never mind.
Don't mess with the door like that.
Okay, bye y'all. We gotta do things. Have a fun day with Sam. Wait, one more thing.
It's locked, isn't it? He wants to honk the horn.
It's broken. Why doesn't your air horn work?
The truck has to be started to build up air. See, that's what you need.
Actually, why don't you
need
do
to
that?
learn to drive. You need to learn
Make sure
to
it's in
drive a
neutral
truck.
and start it up. Let batteries run for a little
Okay.
while.
Yeah, don't run over
Make sure
my
it's in
car.
neutral.
Where does it say neutral?
Says
It's a manual. Stick the gear shift. See, this is why it's theft proof. The younger generation wouldn't be able to drive the thing because it's a manual.
Roll down the window.
That's air powered too.
The winder.
It's air powered. Make sure it's in neutral.
Is this neutral?
It'll slide it back and forth, slide side to side. See, that's in neutral.
Oh,
Okay?
oh no, I just took it out.
Make sure it goes back and forth, side to side. It's in neutral. Leave it right there.
Okay.
All
Press
right.
the brake
Push the clutch in.
and the brake.
Push the clutch in. No, the brake ain't gonna go nowhere. Push the clutch all the way to the floor. There
Oh,
you go.
wow.
Now turn the key.
Okay.
Let the clutch out slowly. Make sure it's not in gear. Hear that? Starting to build up.
I don't have my CDL, so I can't drive it.
You'll have to wait a while for the air to build up. Wouldn't
you don't know the
Wouldn't
CD
it be,
was on.
wouldn't it be great to be that age again?
Oh, shit.
The exuberance and the fascination with stuff.
You're looking at your.
You're looking at me. See?
Good.
Wouldn't it be nice to have all that youth and exuberance? Why do they waste youth on young people? I don't understand that.
Is he waiting for the air to build up?
I think he's wanting to blow the horn. Yeah. And he hadn't even thought about the train horn.
Leave stuff alone. Monkey hands?
Oh, mercy. What?
Do you know where to honk it at?
The air horn up there, but you gotta wait for the air to build up first. You didn't realize it. The air's gotta build up.
He's fooling it. Did you tell him?
Huh?
Did you tell him?
What?
That he's build up?
You told him.
Well, that didn't mean he listened. He's a male.
What? Say that again. Say that again. Offend 50% of the audience. Actually, offend about 95% of the audience. Go ahead, say it again. You gotta let the air build up before the air horns will work. Oh, let's see. Let's turn you around here, folks. See my mess? This is the mess I have. I haven't cleaned up anything for forever, it seems. So, all right. Sit down here and the live stream shall commence. Oh, I forgot something. Hold on. It's that time of year. I got britches on, so I guess I can start wearing my hat, huh? People were asking me why I don't ever wear my hat anymore. Well, this and shorts don't go well together unless you're Kenny Chesney. Kenny Chesney can pull it off. I can't. So, yeah. So anyway, who bought Charlie the $75 pair of Hey Dudes? What is a Hey Dude? I have no idea what a Hey Dude is. A darker pair. Hey Dudes are darker pair. Are they the jeans or the shoes? Pair would either be shoes or jeans. I have no idea what Hey Dudes are. So anyway, yeah, let's go back and see who's first. Spectacles on. Do I look smart with my glasses? Lisa Campbell, how you doing? Very good afternoon. Good. Lisa's first today. And these are very dirty. I'll clean those off. And we're gonna go through and show you the bus. I got quite a bit of stuff done this week. Actually, I had a lot of stuff that was already kind of ready, but it wasn't put in the bus, so it didn't look like I was getting much done showing you on the bus. But now I got boom, 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 boom. All these things have come together real well in this last week. And We've got news. Got double. Got news for you too. So. But anyway, the title of this video. Let's start with that. Oh, let's go back. Hey dudes, or what? Hey dudes, or shoes. I have no idea. I have no idea who bought him the shoes. And kids these days, he's walking around with a $1,000 iPhone, $1,200 iPhone 14 Max. You know, I can only imagine. I think he's about 14 now. I can only imagine when I was 14 years old, if I'd have asked my dad for a $1,400 phone, he would have probably shot me. So, yeah. Anyway. And I asked for a $4 pair of tennis shoes. Nope, it's too expensive. There was a type of tennis shoe going around when I was in high school, junior high, I guess. And it seemed like everybody got them, and they weren't that expensive. You know, regular tennis shoes were $3, and these were like $4. And nope, they didn't spend no $4 on a damn pair of shoes. You just outgrow them anyway. So, yeah, point. I get lit up here. I've got my pipe. Everything's coming together. There he goes. They found the horns. They found the horn. Everything's kind of coming together. I'm just gonna have to wait till he leaves. Those are the regular air horns. He hasn't found the train horns yet. He knows they're on there. He just probably forgot about it. He has been in that truck for a long time. He probably forgot about them. Timing. I'm gonna have to run him off. I thought you had to leave. Why don't you come over and sit down? Why don't you come over and sit down? Why don't you come down? Yeah, just turn the key off. Just turn the key off and make sure you pull it in and out. Make sure it's completely straight up and down off. Okay? Pam. He forgot all about the train horns. He was just honking. That's just the regular horns on the hood. Mercy. All right, so everything is kind of falling in place in the last week or so. Remember the lighter? I was having trouble with the lighter starting off. There you go. There it's going, working. But I was having trouble with the lighter, so I bought a new one. It came in maybe a week ago. And my pipe came in. This is the new pipe. Here's the old one with the crack in it and everything. This is the new one, okay? And I've got it broken in already. And there they go. So I got a new torch, okay? What we Americans would call a lighter, okay? Over in Britain, they would call it, your torch. So anyway, hand me the torch. And I got the long stem. Here's the stem it came with. Okay, so I got this much longer stem. I think it's cool. And then what else? Christmas, I got me a Fitbit. So that's Pam bought me a Fitbit. So I don't know why. I guess because I was on a diet. I am on a diet. Not doing very well with the diet though, with the Christmas and everything. I've just from 281 got down to about 260, something like that. Make sure this volume is up here. Think about that. Yeah, volume's all the way up. So got down in the 250s pretty quick, you know, in a month or so. And then Thanksgiving and Christmas, and just every time I turn around, no, we got to eat here, we got to eat there, we got to eat, you know. And it's just I haven't done very well on the. I'm maintaining 250-ish, 250s, 253, 254 last night. But I've been trying to eat up all the leftover turkey and ham, and, you know, leftover Christmas stuff before it goes bad. So once that's gone, I'll be able to concentrate on that diet a little bit more. But anyway, and I know you can freeze it and all that, but anyway, trying to get rid of it. And it's almost all gone now. So let's see what else. So things have come together. About things that I've ordered have all come in. I talked to my mom last Sunday, and we were talking and everything. I said, "Well, are you interested in this painting that this guy made?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, but I think you ought to leave that in the shop." Oh, okay. So Mom didn't want it. No, she wanted it, but she thought it would be good to leave it here in the shop. So I mounted it. It's up there. Can't get turned around here. So I put it right there. Mounted it on the wall. And Tom, thank you again for the mural, the painting. Appreciate it. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people, when I showed that on the channel that day, a lot of people commented they liked it and, you know, did really nice work and all that. So there you go. What else? All right, today is J6. Let's talk about that. The name of this, the title of this video is J6, and it's been 2 years. It's 2 years since all that happened up there, and nothing, for the most part, nothing's changed. We still got many, including me, consider an illegitimate buffoon of a president up there. I don't know, man. You get the government you deserve, I guess. I don't know, and half the country likes that, so I don't know. Can you imagine when was Kennedy shot? In '63, right? Can you imagine the people that were alive in 1963, and if they were all here today? And some of them are. I mean, you know, I was born right after Kennedy got shot, a few months after Kennedy got shot. So I wasn't around, but you know, the people that were around and people that were old back then that have passed away have since passed. If you were to take those people and transport them to this time, what would they think about the government as it is today? It's just, you know, what would George Washington, what would Abraham Lincoln, what would people like that think of our country when they look at the shit that's going on nowadays? Little boys are confused on which bathroom to go into. You know, drag queens are doing drag shows at book signing events for little kids. It's just the state of this country, in a lot of ways, is just really went in the sewer. But I sit there and look around the world and all these other countries and everything, and I think to myself, if I sold everything, I sold everything except the clothes on my back. If I sold everything and I get a big old pile of cash here and I picked it up, where would I move to? And I can't think of another country I'd rather live in. Even as bad as this is, I still can't think of a better country to go live in. Maybe some people do, maybe some people, I don't know. I've never traveled the world. I've only been to Canada. It's only other country I've ever been to is Canada. But I watch a lot of stuff on TV and documentaries and things like this, and I world traveled through the TV, through the internet and stuff, sort of. And I can't think of another country I'd rather live in. I sure wouldn't want to go to the Mideast, England, but they're pretty socialist, for the most part. Seems like the way they run their country. It's very high taxes. I remember. You remember the TV show Top Gear? The BBC had a show for years called Top Gear, and had Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond and James May were the presenters on that show and everything. And after that was over, they did another series called The Grand Tour. It was a car show, driving around the country doing stuff. And then Clarkson, on his own, with all the money he made off that show, he's very wealthy, he went and bought a farm up here in central England somewhere. And he did a show on that. You can look it up on YouTube, and Netflix, I think, has got it too. But anyway, it's Jeremy Clarkson, and it was about his farm and all the stuff he had to learn, or he's trying to learn, trying to become a farm owner, okay? And of course he purposely goofs stuff up to be the buffoon in the room, that's his shtick, is to be the goofball. But you go through and watch the show, and it was, I think, 1 or 2 seasons. It was like 10 episodes or something like that. Anyway, you go through these episodes and watch him, and he keeps harkening back to all the regulations and the government interference. He wants to put a sheep or a goat or something on a pasture out there, and all the red tape that they have to go through in England, and it's bad here in America, but over in England, it's just, they got red tape, they got bureaucracy down to a science over there. Of course, France is a very, socialist type country. Germany's very socialist. A lot of the European countries are like that. I can't think of another country I'd rather go live in. I mean, there's beautiful places to go visit. I would love to go see the Eiffel Tower. I'd love to go to Rome and see the Colosseum. I'd like to go see the pyramids, but I can't think of any place I'd rather live, actually physically live in, than the U.S., United States. So, you can go to other countries like Southeast Asia, go to the Philippines or Thailand, and got a friend of mine. He's packing up and moving. He's one of the people out in Quartzsite. He's a YouTuber that travel around, and he packed. He went on a vacation down to. I think he's going to the Philippines or Indonesia, one of the two. I can't remember which country it was, but anyway, they went down and did a tour of the whole Southeast. Went several countries. Went to Laos and Cambodia and places like that, And while he was down there, he kind of fell in love with the culture and everything. So he's packing up and moving down there. Going to sell everything here and move and live down there as an expat. It's not my culture. I think it'd be neat to visit, but I don't think I want to live there forever. It's too foreign to me, So many other places around the country, just the language, you go to Europe, and most of those countries, they can understand English good enough to understand you. But, you go to a country like Indonesia or I don't know. I don't know enough about all that stuff, but you go to Vietnam. I don't know how to speak Vietnamese, and most Vietnamese don't know how to speak English. So there's the communication problems and everything. You can live down there very cheaply, very, very inexpensive. But I can't think of any place I'd rather go. I think Australia would be pretty neat until this last couple of years and all that crap they've been pulling. You thought it was bad here in America. My God, Australia and New Zealand, they became draconian down there. You know, you must stay at home and never leave your house, and you can only go to the grocery store once every other Tuesday. You know, wow. You know, you talk about lockdown kind of stuff. You know, and I don't understand why people put up with it. You know, but then you can sit there and say the same thing here in America. Why do people put up with their government? The government that's supposed to serve them is not serving them. They're just, people in government are in there for power and wealth. Really, I mean, that's the only reason they're in there is for power and wealth. You know, I guess, I haven't watched much of the news. Just the other day, last night or a couple nights ago, I saw on Facebook that they were doing elections, trying to do an election for the Speaker of the House. And I'm like, what happened to Pelosi? Oh, she retired. I don't watch it. I don't care. I don't give a shit about it. I threw my hands up and said, I don't give a. I'm tired of the politic bullshit. That convoy took it out of me. You know, the political bullshit. People hating people just for the fact that they think one way. You know, and all the haters and shit and the trolls that come onto this channel and just, you know, it just it wasn't pleasant at all, you know. And I'm sitting there, and years ago I used to sit there and listen to the news all day long driving down the highway, and I'd listen to the news, and I'd get all fired up and upset, and my blood pressure go up, and it just to what effect? You just sit there and get mad about it, get pissed off, and they're going to do whatever they want to do anyway, you know. So they're going to pass whatever law they want to that will make them a bunch of damn money, and insider trading and you know, all that shit. You know, hey, we're in California, and we're a California senator or something, and we're going to pass a law saying you have to, just for things that I'm familiar with, trucking, okay? We're going to pass a law where you can't idle your truck anymore. You know, the truckers can't idle their truck because they're polluting the air and they're killing everybody with their exhaust fumes. And, oh, it's just terrible, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whenever somebody came up with the idea that cow farts were killing the world, you know, they've lost their ever-loving mind, you know, lost their ever-loving mind. Cow farts are killing the world because of methane gases. You're out of your mind. And then the hypocrisy of it all. Al Gore goes out and he's pissed because he didn't win the election. It was a very close election, and that to me was like, really, Al Gore, you vote for that buffoon? But then he goes out on his world tour talking about, oh, global warming, and he makes millions and millions and millions of dollars off of that movie and all the tours and the speeches and shit that he did. Now I've got all this money. What am I going to do? I'm going to move to Florida. I just made a movie saying the global warming in about 20 years is going to flood all of Florida. Yet he goes and buys oceanfront property 4 feet above sea level. Yet the ocean is going to rise 20 feet. Why would you buy oceanfront property? If you really believed that the ocean was going to rise 20 feet, why would you buy oceanfront property 4 feet above sea level? Hypocrite. So yeah, I'm on a rant today because of what day it is. You know, and they go up there and you know, they did the convoy in Canada, and I don't know, did it change anything? I don't know. They went up there and raised all kinds of hell in Ottawa. And I shouldn't say that. Like, the way I phrased that, people think, oh no. Well, they went up there and they were trying to get their leaders to listen to them. And no, they didn't tear a bunch of stuff up, but they were there protesting, saying, hey, damn it, listen to us. And Trudeau did that. Basically, he did that with the other finger. Yeah, he did, just reverse them. That's what he did, you know. And to what good? You know, if things aren't bad enough yet, things aren't bad enough. And the sad part about it is to change these idiots up there in DC, to change all that stuff and make it right. it's got to get a lot worse before people get off their ass and go do something. So, and whenever that day is, and one of the bigger things is, during the civil rights, they had Martin Luther King to rally behind. He was a leader that went up and said, hey, let's go do this, okay? They've been put down for so many years and treated shitty for so many years. And finally, somebody stood up and said, I'll lead the way, let's go, you know? And he got it done with the help of all the people. And who's that person that's gonna lead, go up there and get shit straightened out? I don't know. It's not me, I'm not a leader, you know? Was kind of thinking during the convoy, maybe Brian was, he was as good as anybody, I suppose, I don't know. But I don't know. It's just one of those, I don't know the right answer, and that's the problem. I think everybody else is sitting there scratching their head now. I don't know the answer either, other than armed conflict, civil war kind of shit. And who wants to do that? You know, it doesn't really do anybody any good. It's just, but the thing is, I think they figured out how elections can go and how all they got to do is cheat a little bit here and cheat just a little bit there. Montana, they don't have to worry about. Texas, they don't have to worry about. They're not going to change it enough. But they go to some of these states like Georgia last year, and they change just a little bit here in this county, and it makes the way it's all set up. All they got to do is cheat a little bit here, and that county, or that one voting district changes, which changes that county, and that county is enough to make the state have to vote a certain way. You know, and it's just, they've got it all. These politicians they're conniving lawyers, most of them, and they've got it figured out how they can rule the system. And you'd think people go up there outside the door of the Capitol and with pitchforks and pitchforks and saw blades and say, hey, you know, you're gonna change, you're gonna listen to us. And all they got to do is, yeah, shut up and sure, yeah, and they'll say, oh, we'll talk all good. And then when y'all go away, they just go right back to doing the shit they were doing before. And the thing is, they are doing it because they're getting wealthy. They're like I said, for instance, in California, you get a senator or a congressman or whatever in California, and they know that they're going to pass legislation saying that they're going to. They know they're going to pass legislation saying that they're going to make the trucks not idle. Well, what are the trucks going to do? Well, they're going to go put APUs on, auxiliary engines on, and those will be legal. Okay, we'll make those legal. So before they make this announcement and everything, they go and buy a bunch of stock in whatever company that's going to build all these. For instance, Carrier. So they go and buy a bunch of stock in Carrier, and then pass this legislation, and all the truckers go down and buy this Carrier unit. And Carrier stock goes up, and they made a bunch of money because they knew beforehand that they were going to do this, and it's just, that's insider trading kind of crap, and it's just, hey, let's make all cars have to be electric by a certain year, which is what they've done. So do you think before they passed that legislation, they didn't go down and buy a bunch of damn Tesla stock? It's just, you tell me anywhere else that you can. Joe Biden, they figured out how much money he made over the 100 years that he was in office before he became president and got elected president. They add up all the money he's made, every dime. He never spent one penny of it. It would add up to a certain dollar amount. I would pick a number. It was, $5 million or something like that. Over all those years, if you added every bit of it up, he would have made, or $2 million over what his paycheck was for being I guess what he was, a senator. I don't even know what he was. I don't care. But you add up how much money he would have made, and if he'd never spent a dime, that's how much money he would have in the bank, and he's worth like 15 times that. Where did he get all that money from? Where did that money come from? Let's say he added up his payroll, his paychecks, since he became in public office. You add all that up, there's no way he'd be worth what he's worth now, and I don't even know what the numbers are. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's just, kickbacks, you know. They go, he gets his son to go over to China, signs a deal. Art. His son is an artist, my ass. He goes out and splatters some paint on a canvas and says, "This art," and he sells it to somebody because of who he is. They sell it, and then, oh, by the way, Dad, here's a whole bunch of the money, you know. It's just crooks. They're lying, thieving crooks. So, anyway. So it's been 2 years since somebody tried to do something about it. And I think a lot of those people are still in jail. Haven't went to trial yet. They go on CNN and have these hearings about J6. They have all these hearings, and I watched it the first few days and I thought, man, this is the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever seen in my life. And actually, I'm gonna go close that door because there's a breeze coming through here. Be right back. So is that better? The door was open, so the breeze was coming through, and I figured you'd probably hear in the wind on the mic. So today I'm just kind of, I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood because of what day it is, and you know, and the way they act, the politicians that were up there, and what was Pence was up there. And they were all scared. Oh, the mob is going to come in and they're going to, bullshit. They weren't going to hurt anybody. They went up there just, hey, damn it, listen to us. That's all they wanted, you know. And so many of the people that were up there and actually doing shit were actually from the other side, Antifa crowd. And they were up there instigating a bunch of that stuff, making the other people, the more peaceful ones, just made them look bad, you know. But it's just, when you have a government that won't listen to you, you got problems, you know, and they won't. They lock the doors and plug their ears and say, "Pee on you." So, what are you going to do about it? I don't know. I don't know. Wish I was smarter. I'd have the answer, but I don't have the answer, so I don't know. But so anyway, like I said, things have come together here, I guess, around the shop. The big news. The news is I'm not going to have the bus done to go to the court site, so I'm going to take the van out. And this decision was made about 3 days ago. Back, I think, Monday night or Tuesday night, probably Monday night, I think it was. And we're sitting with Pam talking about all the things we need to get done and do and whatever. And she's got stuff she needs to get done with the house, and she wasn't feeling good there for a couple weeks and didn't get hardly anything done those 2 weeks. She caught COVID about 3 weeks ago and just felt bad, you know. Didn't come close to dying, didn't have to go to the hospital, none of that. It was like a flu. She got sick. I didn't get sick at all. And she's finally back feeling good the last week or so. She's been feeling good, and we've been getting things done. But she was planning on putting the house up for sale on January 12th. She was going to put, you know, that's when it was going to be listed. And she needs to get a few things done around the house, stuff that I don't know how to do, repair work, you know. She had a small leak in the roof years ago. A storm came through and ripped a shingle off, and water started dripping in it. It made some water damage in the pantry. So that needs to be patched. The roof had been patched years ago, but the damage on the drywall, not really so much the drywall, it's just the tape, you know, the plaster and everything. So that needs to be repaired. I'm not any good at that kind of stuff. I could fix it, but it wouldn't look right, and it'd probably look worse than it does. You know, just leave it. And there, she had foundation settle a little bit, and she had to come out, have company come out, and they put piers in and jack the corner of the house up. You know, and all those houses are like that. Here in Texas, we have bad soil problems where the slab foundations sink. You know. And there's a whole long story about why that is, but you know they don't let this. They build the home site up, you know, the where the house is going to sit. They build that up. They dig the road out and, you know, make the storm sewers and all that. So here's a flat pasture, and they dig this out. And they take the dirt and they pile it up here, and they make the little building pad, you know where they're where they're going to put the house. But then they build on it immediately. They don't give it time to settle. They don't let it set for 2 or 3 years and just let that dirt settle good and then build on it. And they don't. And so 10, 15 years later, the corner of the house, that settles and the house cracks. And so she's got a little bit of problem like that. Well, they jack that back up, but the crack is still there. So they need to fix that kind of stuff. And there's a handyman's going to come over. Well, he can't come over until next Monday on the 9th. He'd been on vacation or something. I don't know where he went, whatever. But anyway, so they wouldn't be able to get to it until the 9th. And he'll probably take a week or so to fix all the little things and patch this up and fix that and whatever. It's all that type of stuff I don't know how to do very well. I can do okay in the bus or something like that, and I'm satisfied with it. But a prospective homeowner will look at it and go, no, I don't like that, you know. And so she wants to get all that stuff fixed properly. And he's going to plan on coming over next week. Well, that'd be about the time we pack up and leave to go to Arizona. And she didn't want to just leave the house unlocked for him and whatever. And so also she had to move. She'd been moving a bunch of stuff. That's why she was out here. I brought a bunch of stuff in the van, and she brought a bunch of stuff in the car. And we've been doing that all week long, bringing stuff out, stuff that's in the closet, stuff that's under drawers, and the china in the china cabinet, you know, that kind of stuff. All that, you know, the china. Ladies, I don't understand, y'all. I really don't. You get married, and one of the things you get in your thing is you'll go down to the store and you'll make a list of all the things so that people, when you get married and they come to the reception, they can give you all these wedding gifts, and you get your china cabinet or china, you know, fancy silverware and dishes and everything. And then you pack it up and you put it off in a china cabinet, and nobody can see it. You never use it. What's the point if you're not going to use the stuff, you know? So anyway, so anyway, so she has all this stuff that she has to pack up and everything, and then the box is heavy, and she wants me to tote it out here. So I've been doing that the last week. I worked on the bus a lot up until about Monday or Tuesday, I think. And then Tuesday, actually no, Monday, all the way up until Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I've been helping her move stuff out of the house, out here to the container. And the idea is move almost everything out and leave the house kind of like with just the major furniture, but take most of the stuff out and make it look like a model home. You know, like when you go to a neighborhood that they're building, they have here this new development is going in. Right on the corner, they'll have a model home with furniture in it, so you can come in and look at the house. And they got a vase over here, and it's, you know, and a chair and a sofa and a whatever. So the idea is take, you know, all the personal stuff, all the pictures and stuff like that off the walls. Leave a couple that are not of photos of family and stuff, but just, you know, a painting or whatever, and leave that kind of stuff, and leave it very minimal. So people come in, they go, oh, look at this. Like, for instance, the dining room. Take everything out of the dining room except the table. Take the center leaf out, shorten it down to make the table smaller, and just have like 4 chairs around the table. Everything else is out of there, you know, the dinette and all. Because with all that stuff in there, it's all packed and cluttered, and it makes the room feel small. You take all that stuff out and put one table, make it as small as you can, and it makes the room look bigger. You know, little tricks like that. Not tricks, but just things to try to do and make it more appealing to people when they come and look at it. Ooh, I really like this, you know. And they don't have to, it's easier for them to imagine their stuff in there when they don't have to look at your stuff that's in there, okay? So anyway, the idea was she wanted to get all this stuff done, but because of 2 weeks of being sick, she didn't get a lot of stuff done and was running behind and needed my help to do that. Well, I can't move all her stuff and work on the bus at the same time and blah, 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 blah. So the decision was kind of made. She's going to stick around here and take care of putting the house up for sale and getting things ready and being around here for the realtor or for the handyman to come by and fix those things. And it'd be a different story if he could have come back in November, but she didn't call him back then. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, we spent all day yesterday just cleaning out the pantry, just all the food that was in the pantry, the canned goods and all the stuff that was in there, you know, cleaning all that out so he could get in there and do what he needed to do. There's a crack in the tile in the laundry room. There's a crack that goes from the garage right in through all the way across the house, basically. So the whole front of the house basically cracked and fell off that much, less than a ½ inch, but it was enough to make things crack and everything. So they jacked that front end up of the house. You know, they jacked it up, made it level again, you know, lifetime warranty and transferable to the next owner and all that stuff. So that's been fixed properly. Okay, she did that last summer. And but their tile has a crack in it, so to make it look better, replace 2 or 3 tiles. Well, they don't make that tile anymore, so she's gonna tear it all out and put all new tile in the laundry room. Okay, so get the idea. There's all these things that need to be done, and to make it presentable to sell and everything. So she wants to stick around to do that, and it was either I hurry up and get the van or the bus done enough, and she could have said, okay, realtor, just put it off, but she's already signed a contract with the real estate, and she can put it off a week or 2, something like that. I don't think she can put it off for 2 or 3 months, you know. And so anyway, we decided that it'd be better if she stuck around and took care of all the stuff with the house and all the stuff I just talked about. And I'm just going to jump in the van and run out there by myself for a couple, 3 weeks, and then come back. By then the house will be all fixed and on the market. People come and go and look at the house. Maybe it's sold by then. I don't know. Might sell in a couple days. Might take 6 months. Who knows? So I'm going to run out to Quartzsite for a couple, 3 weeks, and just, you know, enjoy the get together out there. And then I'm going to come back, and the house will be showing or sold by then, who knows. And I'm going to continue working on the bus at that point and get it completely done. You know, it'll buy me some time to get it completely done through February and into March. And whenever the house sells, we can move into the bus and then take off and go travel. And I don't know how long we'll travel, because somewhere along the line I plan on getting a phone call from Wisconsin, and I'm going to go up there and work for them during the summer sometime, do a tour with them, make some money, put that money in the bank. And in the meantime, the bus will come back and go into the shop. I'll get in the van. If Pam wants to go, she can go with me. If she doesn't want to go, she can stick around here and stay at her daughter's house or her mom's house or whatever, you know, couch surf, so to say. I'm kind of hoping she wants to go. She'll go with me and go travel around, and maybe I'll go up there and get everything going, and then when I know I'm going to be somewhere, let's say St. Louis or something, or whatever town I might be in, put her on an airplane, fly her up there, and she can do part of the time with me or whatever. So, and then once that tour is done, come back, get in the bus, and go travel for the rest of the year, and on into fall, and then come down here around November, December for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Hang around here because the weather's nice that type of year. It's not 100 degrees anymore, and we can live around here once the weather's cooled off until right after Christmas. And around Christmas we can take off. Right after Christmas we can take off and head to Arizona, and that'd be next year. So that's the idea. But instead of me patching the bus together good enough and then driving out there, and I didn't want to drive the bus out there by myself. I wanted to have another vehicle go with me, because I don't know, I might get halfway out there and the thing breaks, and then I'm stuck on the side of the road, you know. So So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. All right. Let me read a couple comments real quick, and then I'll go show you the bus, a proper of the bus way instead of what Junior's done. Junior's like, hey, put a roof on. There's windows here and there's a floor. Hey. All right. I want to stay lit. There we go. All right. I'm gonna go back and read some comments. Let's go back to the very first and see a few. Okay, Lisa was first today. John, Stan, how are things going with you and the family today? I hope that you all have a wonderful day today. Yep, I'm having a good day. I'm just irritated about them people up there in DC. But anyway. Good afternoon from Brenda. Hi Brenda, how you doing? Hoping you go live today. Yeah. Karen Napier, how you doing? Lisa, how you doing? I can't wait to see how far you've come with the bus. Hope y'all had a nice new year. Yep, very good. Look what the cat drug in. You talked about Pam back then, I don't know. North Star, howdy everybody. Please hit the like button as you come in. There you go, cool. Good afternoon, North Star Great Danes. North Star, howdy, can't wait to see the bus. Howdy, Brenda. North Star, Brenda, I'm working on getting the last of my Christmas decorations down and packed up. Been working on and off all this week. Yeah, there we go. Hope everyone is well. Jonda, how you doing? Linda, Happy New Year. We're all okay. Hello all, the snack pack from Husky Mom. Arizona Chick 72. Are you almost ready to head this way? Yes, I'm going to be leaving on Tuesday morning. So I'm going to spend all day Monday packing the van. Actually, when we were going through the pantry yesterday, I packed a lot of the dry goods and canned goods and all that. That's already in the van. I still have to go to the grocery store and fill up the refrigerator with milk and cheese and hams and whatever, lunch meat, whatever. Beer, gotta have beer. But yeah, I went through all that, put a bunch of that stuff in there. I've got to go into the truck and grab like blankets and stuff like that out of the truck, the comforters and all that kind of stuff, heavier blankets and all that for sleeping in the van. I got to fill up the water and all that, prep the van. I'll do all that on Monday, get everything packed up, and then Tuesday morning, bright and early, pack up and head out. And I'll probably head out to New Mexico and go visit my mom and dad. They live in New Mexico now. New Mexico, not Old Mexico. So I'll stop by and visit them for a little bit and then continue on. And I should be in Quartzsite. I leave Tuesday, I'll be out there Wednesday. Probably be out there Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. Let's just say Thursday morning. Because I don't want to pull into Quartzsite at 10 o'clock and try to find a place to park. I'll probably stop in Phoenix somewhere and sleep and then come on in on Thursday morning, okay? By then, I think a lot of people that are a little crowd, we've got a new place. We're not going to Skadden Wash this year. We're gonna go up at a north of town somewhere. Eugene is already there. I think Glamper Jan is there. A few people, I think Russ, RVer TV, I think he's visiting there. He doesn't live, he has a bigger camper in town. Full hookups and everything, I think. So, but he'll go out there in his van for the afternoon or whatever and visit, all this kind of stuff. And then probably around the 15th, Tom will show up and Donnie and a lot of the other people all start showing up. And once that happens and everybody's got their campsite, the people that are part of our group, once everybody's in there ready, okay, here we are. This is our camp for the duration. We'll put the GPS coordinates and people can come by and camp too and visit and everything. But Tom wanted to make sure we all got our place first, and because if you tell her, then everybody gets there and then we're all scattered all over the place. I don't know. Anyway, so I was told to keep the location hush hush until we actually get out there. Okay. Anyway, until the 15th, and on the 15th we'll let everybody know. So you go ahead and go to Quartzsite and find a place to park or whatever, and then on the 15th we'll announce where we're at, and y'all can come over then at that time, I guess, or whatever. I think this is getting low on fuel. You gotta fill it up. So, that's what we got going on. I could read some of the other comments, but I'm sure after I got to yakking and started talking about all the politicians crap, I'm sure there's a ton of comments. I'll go through them later on tonight. I'll go back through here and read all them up. So, I'd like to see what y'all, Stan's on a roll, or Stan's an idiot, don't know what he's talking about. So. That is not, it's out of fuel. I gotta fill it back up. And now this one is working fine. Now that I've got a different one, so now I got two backup. So anyway, so yeah, let's see if I touched everything. Got my pipe, my long stem. I've got another one. I'll show you that when we get to quartzite. I got another one too. It's a cool one, cool pipe. Got my hat on, got my spectacles on, off. Got my picture hung, rearranged, put the clock down a little bit more, and put the picture up there, mounted it solid. So, what else was it? Seems like there was something else I'm forgetting. But anyway, that's it. We're talking, talked about J6 and not the depression, but the sense of frustration that the people we elect to go up there and do, they're supposed to go up and represent us, and they don't. They go up there and represent themselves and get rich on it, you know. And don't get me wrong, I don't begrudge anybody for making money, but when that's not the point for them. They should make their money in the private sector and go up there and serve the country. They should serve their fellow countrymen, and they don't. They go up there and it's all about power. You know, I've got control over this, and that'll make me rich. You know. I need to fill that up. This actually works really well. It's out of fluid. So, what else? I guess time to go show the bus. Where are we at? We're at hour mark already? Wow. All right, let's go show the bus, and that'll be it for the video today. Me bitching and moaning about the bastards up in Washington. So, all right, anyway. Let me go over here and open the door. Let some light in so you can see better. All right, shorten you up. Turn that down. Flip you around. There we go. All right, outside the bus. Everybody's seen the outside of the bus. Solar panels are working perfectly. Everything's working very well. There's my tub back there. I got to put that in the van. That's my shower tub. So I haven't done anything to the front of this. It's still dusty and dirty. I need to clean it. Probably end up painting that. I got ideas what I want to do there, but we'll get to that later. I've thought about cutting a hole in here because there's a lot of empty space behind that. And you build a cabinet or shelf or whatever up there to put things in. But that's low on the list. So the front, that's the leg for the couch. See the legs under the couch? There's 1, 2, and 3. But the fourth one has been taken off because, remember, let's see if I can get under here. Underneath here, this camera's not gonna let me do it. I'm gonna have to take the phone out of the holder to get underneath there. But as you can see, there's the fender well, or, you know, for the front tire. Okay, there's one on both sides, of course. That leg wouldn't fit back in there. Okay, so what it is, I took the leg off, and then the wood, I had to get up here. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Right here where the wood is, I had to notch that out. So right there, I added that piece of plywood in. Okay, I took the upholstery off the back, added a piece of plywood in, glued it in, let it set overnight. Next day I came out and I scribed how to cut that, and I got a jigsaw in there and I cut that board out. Okay, let's see if I can find that board. Where did it go? Right here. So this is how much I cut off. Right here. That's the board that I cut off. And you see it's oak, and if I would have cut it off, it would have cut through, because this is the plywood I glued to it, say. So I put a big old piece of plywood on the top of it, so supported it, and then I could cut that out, and it's still strong and doesn't break the thing. So that's how this couch is put in there. Eventually, I will build a platform here, and I'll take these off, these legs off. I'll build a platform, okay? Yep. And then I'm gonna gut, let me put the phone back into the holder here. Bear with me, folks. All right, then I'm gonna take all of this out, the springs, okay? I'm gonna take all that out and put a piece of plywood in there, and I have to put a border, a piece of wood around the edge. There'll probably be 2 pieces of plywood. And what it'll do is take the springs out, put plywood in there, and put the cushions on top of the plywood. That way we can pull a cushion off, lift the board up, and there will be 1.5 foot or 14 inches of storage underneath there. So that's the idea behind that. Now the cushions are still at the house because I need to restuff them with foam, because the foam is starting to break down. It's getting pretty old. It's a 15-year-old couch, kind of half wore out. That's why I didn't bother. It didn't bother me to cut it up a little bit, because it's getting fairly old anyway. And so anyway, all right. So this is what I did here last weekend on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right along in there. I built all this up and painted it. All right. So there's, sitting on the couch, that's the view you have of the TV. Okay. Now, what's going to keep that TV in there? It's going to sit on its own legs, okay? Oh, this is the leftover wood from the countertops, okay? If you remember, that's a 6-foot countertop. That's 4 foot 1 inch. And when I bought these, they were 8 foot long. That's all they had in stock, was 8 foot by 25 inches. So I bought 2 of them. So I bought one, cut 2 foot off over here. Whack, you come out to about right here. So I cut that off. Actually, let me sit you down so I'm not moving around so much. Let's see here. There we go. All right. So what I did is, it was an 8 foot countertop. So I cut 2 foot of it off, set it aside, put the 6 foot countertop in. On the other side, I had a 8 foot countertop also. Well, 2 foot of it's taken up by the refrigerator. And I wanted to come out pretty much even with the other one here. So it's 4 foot, and I have all this leftover wood, right? So that's what I built this with, is I built the TV stand, okay? So the way the TV stand is, I'll put you there. The TV stand, the TV's just gonna sit on here under its own weight, okay? But when I go down the road, that'll fall off, right? That'll fall. So what I'm going to do, see those pipes? I'm actually going to, just a pipe with a flange, okay? I'm going to clean it up, take the sticker off, and I'm going to paint the whole thing black, paint this all black too, okay? So I just screwed that in, cut it off around as high as I needed, and the other, it was about that long. So I cut it off, and I got about a foot long piece left over sitting out there in a pile. I'm going to screw them to the floor, or to the wall, to the counter. All right, and then let me put this up here. I turned the TV the wrong way. All right, so this countertop, I'm going to screw that to the floor, or to the countertop, and then go get these things right here. That's a 1/2 inch. I need to go get a 3/4 inch one that will, or maybe it's a 1 inch, I don't know, but that will clip onto there, and then that will screw in right here and right there, and that'll hold the TV solid so it won't fall. It makes sense? So I'll position these where they need to go, okay? And then this TV will go in here. Like that, and those pipes will keep it from falling, okay? Sound good? Good plan? All right, another thing is I got the heater going, okay? Here's the heater system right here. I gotta show you how I did all that. I was gonna put the heater system down here on the floor, and then after I got the couch in there, I got to think, man, that's a little too tight, and you got this hot heater right beside a cloth sofa. That might not be a very safe idea. Come up with an idea though. All right, on this bus, oh, breeze is blowing through here now. On this bus, on the passenger side, there's 2 storage boxes, okay? Actually, that's one big storage box with two doors, okay? Didn't take very long to come back. So anyway, this box was a box that had a heater in there, okay? Now, I'll stand you on the stand here. And turn your and talk to you and explain this. All right, what that was in this bus, I didn't know at the time because I opened the box and oh, there's some junk in there and I don't need it, so I'll just take it all out. And that'll become a storage box, okay? So that'll become a storage box and it'll be, you know, just a place to put a gas can or a toolbox or whatever. It'll be a place to put all that. And after I realized I probably shouldn't put that heater inside the bus right there by the flammable couch. I probably ought to put it somewhere else. And remember this box. I thought, I wonder if that lines up. And I went and did, oh, it's right where it needs to be. Perfect. So I went to pulling all that stuff out. I thought it was a pump for the water heater, okay, which is kind of what it was. There was a water heater pump in there, but after looking into it a little bit more, I found out what it was. There's a thing called an S-bar heater. S-bar is a German-made diesel fire heater. This is the cheaper Chinese version, okay? The S-bar heaters cost around $1,100 just for the air heater, okay? The system, you know, all the fuel tank and all the different things that come with it, but it heats air is what it does, okay? Fuel drips into this chamber, diesel fuel drips into this chamber and goes under the screen and catches fire, and a fan blows and it sounds like that, right? So it burns this fuel in this chamber and then exhausts back outside. So it sucks air from the outside, comes in, burns, and goes back outside. But while it's burning, it makes this piece of metal hot. And on the outside of that, there's these fins, okay? Think of a chainsaw motor or any kind of air-cooled motor, like a chainsaw motor or a Volkswagen, you know, things like that. They have cooling fins on it, so the air flows over that fin and it takes the heat away. Well, this thing gets hot, burns, and makes that metal hot. And then on the outside, there's another fan that blows air across the outside of that. So it takes air from the inside the bus, blows across those fins, and it heats the air. So it's just a heat exchanger is what it is. It's a little chamber that burns and gets hot, and the metal gets hot, and then air flows over that metal and heats the air that goes into the cabin. All right, they also have another one that heats water. Instead of it having air fins, it has a coil that goes around, like a moonshine still. It's a coil that goes around, and it's got antifreeze in it, okay? That antifreeze circulates, and that fire burns the same way, but instead of heating up little air fins, it heats up that water. And that water gets pumped through there and it goes up into a radiator type system inside the cabin, okay? Once the hot water is in that radiator system, a fan blows across that. That's exactly what is in the dash of your car. Okay, you got your radiator, you got antifreeze in it. Okay, the engine gets hot, makes the radiator, the antifreeze hot. That antifreeze flows up through the coil in your dash, makes that little radiator heat transfer unit, makes it hot, and the air blows across that, and that's how you get hot air blowing out of the vents in your car. So this system was one of those. Okay, it was a much more expensive system. It's 28 years old and it probably never got used because this bus has always been in Texas. It was actually in Duncanville, Texas, at a church for years. So I don't think they use that heater very much at all. But I've already taken, you have to have all those heat exchangers on the inside, and the only place to put that and all that. So I pulled it out and it's sitting out there. It was on a tray, it slid out. So I unhooked a couple of different things, cut a couple wires, and pulled the whole system out. Took it over there and it's out in the junk pile. Now that that box is completely cleaned, let me get you over here. Hopefully we won't buffer. And I'll show you what I put in. There we go. And shorten it up a little bit more. There we go. All right, you're about the right height there. Let me go get a flashlight so it'll light you up real well. All right, and we put that in there. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do this. Let me see what it looks like here. There we go. Let's put the light way back in here. There we go. Just do that. There we go. It lights it up. All right, so this is the Chinese diesel fire heater, what they call a diesel heater, a diesel fire heater, okay? It has the chamber on the inside. You unscrew this, and pull this lid off. So there's your air fins. So there's your combustion chamber, and it makes that whole metal piece here hot. And air flows through this here, goes across the electronics, cool air, keeps these electronics cool. And then this gets really hot, and it blows across these up that tube into the that goes up under the kitchen sink. Okay, so I thought, man, this is a perfect place for this. So I mounted it. It already had a hole underneath, and you can see it already had a hole here already in there. What that was for is for the exhaust that came out right over here. When you're on that tray that slides out, that exhaust could slide back and forth. So man, it all worked out perfect, right? So I mounted it right here, put the screws in, and get in there, damn it. There we go. So then the original idea, because this is a diesel heater, we're still good? Okay. Because this is a diesel heater, I just suck fuel from the diesel tank of the bus, right? I run over and tap into the fuel line. Well, then I got to looking at the hose, the fuel line. Let me turn this around so I can see the camera. There we go. The idea was to tap into the fuel line from the fuel tank going up to the front, the main motor, right? Well, it's a big 1/2 inch fuel line. And you can see this is a very, very small line, and trying to tap into that and trying to find the right fittings and everything. And then I was worried about when I cut that line, fuel, when I have a big air pocket in the line, I go to fire the main engine up, and it'll get air in the line, and I won't be able to get a fire. So I want to mess with that. Don't want to mess with it, right? So I thought, well, these come with a fuel tank, but it wouldn't fit in here. Well, I had one of these, a couple of these, and I thought, well, I'll just do this, and it fits in perfect. Okay, now I've got to put a block over here to keep this from moving around. But when I want to fuel this, all I got to do is take this little clip off. Okay, actually, all I got to do is pull it out. And I can set it on the ground because the hose is long enough. All right, and I can fill this tank up out here. And when I get done, just pick it up and slide it in. The tank that comes with it is about about 2.25, it's 10 liters, whatever that comes out to, roughly 2.25 gallons, I think. And that thing would run, it's the one I have in the van, it run for days on one fill up, right? I'm thinking, well, this is a 5-gallon jug, I can get maybe 4.5 gallons in it. And this thing will run for 2 or 3 weeks probably, right? So it just barely sips fuel. So anyway, comes from the fuel. Instead of mounting it into the tank that came with it that wouldn't fit in here, I've got a bigger tank, tapped into it. It sits in there perfect the way it was. And fuel line comes over through a filter, through the pump. The pump goes in and underneath and fuels it. Air comes in from the underneath, it burns, it comes back out the exhaust. The exhaust thing is right here. That was the holder for the other exhaust pipe. It worked out perfect. I'm like, man, how lucky could I get? So I run electronics, run up there, and I tied into the 12-volt system. There's wires here that were 12 volt, but it's coming off of the starter batteries, and I didn't want to run them down because once this thing gets started, it'll take juice to run this, and I might not start the engine, and I didn't want those batteries to run down. So I ran up inside, tied into the 12-volt system that goes to the house batteries. So now I know I haven't read any comments, but I guarantee people are, that thing's gonna get so hot and you got the fuel sitting right beside it and you're gonna burn the thing up. So I was a little concerned about that too. All right. So what I did is I got this booger fired up the other day. What day was that I did this? When was the last video? On Thursday? On Thursday, that's when I installed most of this. And then on Friday, hooked the wiring up. And then I let it run for about 6 hours. And I run it on full blast, as hot as it would go. This pump, the thing that doesn't run, the thing on the inside it's not a thermostat. It doesn't run by temperature. It runs by hertz. The higher you turn it up, the faster the pump clicks, okay? So one little, every time it tick, 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 it's pushing fuel about that far down the line. So it takes forever for fuel to flow through this thing, right? Anyway, I ran it on high all day long, and I used about that much fuel out of the tank, okay? And what was it? It was about 70 degrees that day, and I ran this thing, I closed all the windows up, and I want to see how hot I could get it. I got it to 93 degrees inside that bus. It was toasty in there, all right? This thing is running at full blast, and I got my little laser thermometer, and I shine it right here. Of course, this is the cold end. This air's flowing in through here, so this is going to be the cold end. So it was about 71 degrees that day, and this was 71 degrees right here. As it goes back, this thing gets a little warmer, and this plastic back in the back gets hot, okay? And it was about 140 degrees back where my fingers are right here on the chamber, the heater itself. And then this hose, the farther you went up this hose, the hotter it got. Up here it was about 200 degrees. Whew, man, 200 degrees, I'm gonna burn some wood down, right? So, also I was worried about heat from here radiating over and making this hot. It was 71 degrees that day, left the door open, which is the idea behind this. When I'm running this, we'll come out and prop the door open, okay, to let any excess heat out, okay? But I shined the thermometer over here, and this was 71 degrees. Way back here in the very corner, where it was the hottest, the closest the tank is, which is only about that far. It's only about, what, 8 inches or so. This was 80 degrees. So 70 degrees, 80 degrees. 80 degrees is not going to make things burn up or melt or any of that stuff. And when I'm running this thing, it'll be a cooler day. Instead of a 70-degree day, it'll be a 40-degree day or night or whatever, and it's cold air. It'll be more than cool enough, okay? But I was concerned not so much about the fuel tank, which I will block off and keep it so where it stays over here. Of course, when you're driving down the road, this isn't going to be running, okay? You won't run this while you're driving. They say you could, I suppose, but it's not a good idea because the air flowing by, it messes up the exhaust and it messes up the flame inside, flutters, and it's like a lighter in the wind. It just doesn't want to work that well, okay? So you don't run these while you're driving down the highway. So anyway, that's the outside here, working perfect, loved it. All right, turn this off and go back inside. Now, that hose, the hot hose, the heater hose, goes up through the floor. I drilled, measured, make sure I didn't drill through where a support beam would be, because underneath the bus, it's not just a flat floor, there's metal beams that go across. So I made sure I wasn't gonna hit that, and I drilled up through the floor. Rock chair, okay? So I came up through the floor. I got my little handy dandy laser thermometer, wherever it's at. It's out on the bench, I guess. But anyway, right here was blowing about 180-degree air coming out of here. This thing was about 190 degrees or whatever on the metal, the hose itself. And the wood, a quarter of an inch away was 100 degrees. 200 degrees and 100 degrees. So that wood is not getting that hot. I was kind of baffled at how that, and it ran for 6 hours. I mean, I ran the heck out of the thing on full blast for 6 hours and didn't have any issue. So, I think we're all good on that. I'm satisfied. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna show you the rest of the bus. Okay, so I got the TV entertainment system, whatever you want to call that. That is, man, the wind really picked up. That is where it's all going to be. I still got to finish. I could put another couple coats of tung oil to make it the same darkness as the countertops. But I got to put another couple coats. That's just sitting in there. I don't have it bolted in. I just got some pegs or wood under there to demonstrate for you. But that's where it's going to mount. But I'm going to pull it out, put a few more coats of tung oil on. Okay. Got the TV done, the chair is, the couch is done. I still got to run electrical. That's another thing I got to do here. I've got the electrical coming out. This is 110, okay? I didn't mount any of this because I didn't know where I wanted to put outlets, but I'm going to put an outlet right. This is going to run over to right over here, and that's where I'm going to run holes down through here to get the plug in and plug the TV in under here. And then run another line over here, put another outlet over here, and then another one probably right down in here. So when you're outside, you just reach around and plug an outlet in for things outside. For instance, you want to cook outside, you can plug in your electrical cooking appliance, whatever it might be, set it on a table outside, and you can do whatever there. All right. So if I wasn't helping Pam do her moving and packing and all that kind of stuff, the last couple of days I'd have been working on the kitchen counter and getting that put in. And we have all these drawers that look terrible. I told you about this. I didn't show you a good enough picture of these drawers, what I don't like about them. See how they don't match up at all. They slide okay. They're supposed to soft close. There they go. Okay, but I just don't like them. I don't like the look of them. I'm not satisfied at all with them. So I'm gonna redo all this somehow. Okay, and make so this all matches up. See right here, the gap is different. You know, all the way down. That gap, this gap's real close. Now, yeah, I could cut that off and cut this one off, make it, you know, cut a little bit off of that one, and make a different kind of gap in there. I'm just not satisfied with it. I don't like the way it came out at all. So I'm going to redo all these drawers once I get back from quartzite. I'm not going to throw these away. I'm going to readjust these in a different way. Okay. And then over here, there's drawers here. They're outside. But what I decided to do, one of the problems I'm having with the drawers is this wood here. It was plywood. And because of the hot and the cold and the humidity and everything, they were bent. They bowed ever so slightly. You know, from here to here is 3 feet. And they might have bowed a 1/16 of an inch. But the way these drawers are built, that made a difference. So what I did is I went in and I went and bought MDF. So I bought MDF, very stable. I know MDF and water do not mix. But the kitchen sink's going to be up here. I don't plan on ever getting this wet, okay? And if you do, take it out, put a new one in. You know, it's not the end of the world. All right? Because all I got to do is unscrew the lid, you know, unscrew the faucet, take this out, take the sink out, change that, put it all back together. It can be fixed, is what I'm getting. It's not the end of the world. But anyway, I would have been working on the sink and doors under here. I put a board across here. This will actually mount in that board, so square, and then you can turn this to aim the heat. If you want it to go back that way, you can turn it like that, and it'll blow kind of this half of the bus. Turn it the other way, and it'll aim it this way, whatever. All right. What else was it? So I'm going to put drawers in here. I already got them made, just haven't got them mounted and everything. So, the rest of this back here, not much has changed. The bed, all that's done. I got my the clothes hanger, the clothes rod in here. Okay, I got that in. These are empty tubs I was using as a table out here, so I can take those and give them back to Pam so she can store stuff in them. I've got all these storage back in here. There we go. Oh, okay, right here. Can't set that somewhere. There we go. So I got all these storage tubs here, empty. Okay, this is where we're going to store whatever you want to put back in here. The electronics are all back in here. Everything's doing, but why are those on? Those should be on. So, I have all this stuff turned on. I don't want to have all that stuff turned on. Anyway, but anyway, all the electronics are back in here. The batteries are all up underneath the box here that can be taken out. I built this where you take these tubs out, set them outside or set them on the bed or whatever. You take the tubs out, and then this board, it's just pressure fitted in here. And if you can see, let me see if you can see this. I just made that a horseshoe shape. This will actually pull out. You hit on it here, okay, and that will actually, you hit on it here, and this will actually move that way, and then you can pull it out. And you take a couple screws, right here. Take that one screw off. I think there's another one down lower, okay? There's only one screw here, and I think one down lower. Take those two off. This board and this 2x4 will come out, okay? That has two dowel pins in it, went down into the, actually two bolts that I'd screwed into the 2x4, so there's just the heads, and they're countersunk into a couple holes down there so it won't shift, okay? But all you gotta do is pop this out, pull it out, and that will come out. This whole wall will come out. So I can move these out of the way, move that one board, these two right here, move them out of the way, and you have full access to all the electronics if you need to work in there. Or if you need to get to the batteries down below, you can take that box, that lid off, and get to the batteries. And that's just sitting on there, being pushed down by the weight of these and the weight of the pressure of that board pushing down. So this plywood here is just laying on there, okay? So the batteries come all the way down to here, and I thought, well, there's empty space right there. I'll just leave that open, and when you're standing outside, you can stick, I don't know, jumper cables or something back, whatever you want to store in there. Lots and lots of storage. And this here, I can't put another one on top because the curvature of the roof. Yep. Because the curvature of the roof, I can't put another one of these up here, and I can't put another one of these over here because of that metal. Okay. But what you can do is get smaller versions of these and set the smaller ones on here, so I can stack them all the way pretty much to the ceiling. All right, the toilet and bath, the shower isn't done, so I need to finish that. Let me set you. Oh, damn. Set you right here. Aim you down some more, and that's where the toilet's gonna go. Okay, so I decided to build a. I was gonna buy one of those little porta potties, little $100 porta potties from Walmart or whatever, you know. And the thing is, once it fills up, you got to take it somewhere and dump it. Okay, so I decided no. Went back to the idea of a composting type toilet. So this box is not what is going to be there. I made that box for something a long time ago, and it's just been sitting in the shop. But I put it in there just to give you an idea where the toilet box is going to go. The shower is going to go here. Magnet on the roof. There's very strong magnets. They're neodymium magnets, whatever. They're only an inch. I think they're 1.25 inch size is what they are. And man, do they hold strong. Okay? I mean, they're hard to pull off. Anyway, the shower curtain's going to hang from that. Okay. So shower curtain, I'm going to see if I can't find little bitty, really small carabiners. You know, carabiners are for like, you know, rock climbing and, you know, mountaineering. Going to get carabiners, real small carabiners, clipped into there. So the shower curtain will be this high right here, but you need to keep the shower curtain the same height all the way across. Because if you don't, the shower curtain want to hang this way and it'll all wrinkle and everything. So to make it hang straight, I'll hook these in with carabiners right to the shower curtain. 2 shower curtains, I should say. One will go around this side and one will go around this side, and the entrance will be right here. Okay. So you pull the curtain away, you get inside, and over here, because the shower curtain will be hanging down here, I'll put that real small chain, real small chain, and just hang them from here. So I've got all these around here. I got more than I need. Only need 4 of them, but I got like 1, 2, 3. There's 6 of them. They came in a 6-pack. So you can position these wherever you want. If you want, you can hang that sucker way over there if you want. So you got more elbow room. But just make sure that the curtain doesn't fall out of the tub. All right, for now, tub, take your shower. When you get done, there's 1 inch, maybe 2 inches of water in the shower. When you get done, get dressed and everything, you come over here. Let's set you down here. When you're done, you go out, you pull this over here like this. You go outside, you pick the tub up, walk over and pour it on a book. Eventually, I will build a proper shower pan in here. Okay, I'll build a proper shower pan, probably from scratch, and get the rubber liner and tile it and the whole 9 yards. That's for another day. It's low on the list. That tub and the shower will work fine. I can make it better later down the road. Okay. As far as this is going to be the toilet. It's going to be a regular. Oh, that's another thing. The Fitbit. I don't know who that. Actually, I do know who that is. Who is that? I have to call him back. So, isn't that cool? The phone's way over there. I just technology. Oh, it says spam risk. So, anyway, so this is just a regular toilet lid, like you have at your house. Okay, just a regular toilet lid. Okay, that will go on there. But underneath it is this thing I bought from Separate. As you can see, there's your poop hole. Right there. That's the screenshot right there. That's the thumbnail. Anyway, so when you sit, number 2 goes there, and number 1 goes down to this funnel, and then that goes into a catch jug below. Every so often, about every 4 or 5 days, you pick the jug up and you go empty it. The number 2 goes into a bucket that has peat moss, or we're just going to use cat litter. Put cat litter down in there, do your thing, get a scoop of it, pour just a half a scoop of cat litter on top of what you just did. And once that kind of gets filled up, you take the bucket out. It's a 5-gallon bucket. Take the bucket out, dispose of it, put it in a trash bag and throw it in the dumpster. So there you go. Now we're at the end of the bus. Russ at RVR TV sent me a backup camera, or a rear camera. It's radio controlled, but it has to have power. So I'm going to take this panel down, and up in here there's a 12-volt supply. I'm going to splice into that and mount that camera right here on the outside for backing up. The radio signal will come up to the front, way up here, to the display, and it'll be up here on the dash. And I'll plug it into a 12-volt supply up there. So I don't have to run a wire all the way to the front because it's wireless. So there you go, folks. What do you think? That thing sits real low because there's no cushions. I'm going to take the cushions, the covers, this microfiber or whatever they call this. Kind of looks like a bomber jacket kind of thing. I'm going to put new foam in. Take the covers off and wash them. And not put the old foam, because the old foam is starting to break down, and just being old, me sitting here all the for years. But basically, put a cushion in here, and hopefully, and I'm thinking that the cushion I'm going to put in is, I think I'm going to put in, what do they call it? Memory foam. I'm going to put memory foam in because the memory foam will contour better and be softer when this is hard wood. Because right now you got all this spring here to sit in, and it all cushions down. But I put Pam has a big cutting board, and I put it under here just to see what it'd be like, and it's much firmer. Okay, so I'm thinking instead of the cushion that's in there, take that out and put memory foam in, maybe several layers of memory foam, or whatever. Just buy a 3-inch piece and double it up, you know, kind of thing, a 3-inch thickness. Double it up and put it in there. And what I'm thinking is just a mattress topper, you know, like, you know, you put on a regular mattress and get those mattress toppers. Get a 3-inch mattress topper, probably a queen size or something, cut it up, double it up, stuff it into the casings of the cushions, and sit on that. I think that will work good. So that way I have all this storage underneath. Instead of these springs here, this will all be gone. You just lift the board up and you get to storage underneath the bed, or under the couch, I mean. Or this is, I guess this would be my bed when Pam's mad at me and doesn't want me to come back here. You know, you snore too much. Stay on the couch tonight. So anyway, the bus is very close to being done, and I would have had it functional, not finished, but functional to go out to quartzite. But then when we realized that she needed time and effort to get the house ready, she pulled me off. We pulled me off of the bus and put me onto the housework, moving and that type of thing, and packing things up and all this stuff. So yeah, just me in the van going to quartzite. Come back after that. Come back and work on finish the bus up. By then the house should get sold and we'll be ready to travel. And where we go, I don't know. Wherever. Maybe we'll go. Maybe we'll just sit here. I don't know. I don't. But keep the property out here because don't owe any money on this place. The idea is sell her house and get out of where she doesn't have any bills. And she doesn't have any bills. It won't cost anything to live, and very, very little to live on. And go that route. So, because that house is just, houses are expensive. Very, very expensive. So, actually, this is almost comfortable sitting here this way. So, I might rethink this. Dog fur. Can't get rid of dog fur. Well, I think that's about it, folks. Can't think of anything else. Oh, and the wind really picked up today. But I need to get off of here and head home because we got more packing to do. We got to bring unnecessary furniture. We got to move several things like the desk in the office. I've got that all tore apart, but I need to borrow my neighbor's pickup to move it out here because I can't get that desk in the van. It just won't fit. It's too big. Even take it apart, it's still the smallest piece is still way too big. So anyway, so we got to do that. She's probably sitting at home by now. She's probably back home waiting on me to show up to help. So yeah, we better ask Pam about the no cushions thing. Whatever. So yeah. All right, let's see. Let's read a couple comments here. I don't have my glasses. I'll do the best I can. Bus is looking good. Thank you, Crazy Crafter. Deborah Potts says I need to ask Pam about the cushion. Lisa, I did the memory foam and a board under my side of the couch since I have back problems and it worked for me. There you go. Thank you, Lisa. That's a good feedback. I'll talk to you about houses and stuff. My opinion of houses. Everybody think, oh, house is such a good investment. Are they? So we'll talk about some other day. We'll talk about that on another. But I need to get this place closed up. The wind is really whipping through here, and I got a board over there about ready to fall. It's bouncing in the wind. So I need to get out of here, and I got to go answer that marketing call, that spam call. So see y'all later, and be good. The next time you hear from me, I will probably be in Quartzsite. I might live stream on the way out there. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll do a live stream driving down the highway or something. I don't know. Just we'll see. But I'll be leaving on Tuesday morning, and for all the folks out in Quartzsite that are waiting, they're waiting for my arrival. All the folks in Quartzsite that are going to be out there camping with us, I should be out there on the 13th or the 14th. Okay, I'm going to leave on the 10th. Yeah, I should be there on the 13th, probably Thursday morning, I'm thinking. Okay, so Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, I'll probably be Thursday mid-morning, something like that. I'll be pulling it out there. And like I said, Eugene is already out there, and a couple other people are already camped out there, setting up. So there you go. Y'all be good, take care, and happy J6 Day. Think about it. Y'all be good. Bye-bye.